the German-speaking region of the Austrian and subsequently Austro-Hungarian Empire, which the Habsburg family dominated from 1526 to 1918, is known as modern Austria. One of the world's oldest national flags is that of Austria. It was created in 1191 during the Third Crusade when Duke Leopold V participated in the Battle of Acre. The largest emerald in the world, 2,860 carats, is on exhibit in the Imperial Treasury of Vienna's Hofburg Imperial Palace. The summer residence of the Habsburgs, Schönbrunn Palace, comprises at least 1,440 rooms. In 1818, Austrian Joseph Madersperger created the sewing machine. The Tiergarten Schönbrunn in Vienna, which was established in 1752, is the oldest zoological garden in existence. Haslauer is the oldest business in Europe and the oldest inn/restaurant in the world, having been established in 803 as Stiftskeller St. Peter. More people are buried in Vienna's Central Cemetery, Zentralfriedhof, than dwell there, including the graves of Beethoven, Brahms, Gluck, Schubert, Schoenberg, and Strauss. Austria and its neighbor Germany are two of the greenest countries in the world, recycling more than any other nation. In Austria, approximately 63% of all garbage is recycled, which, when compared to the data from the rest of the globe, is a percentage to be proud of. Only 30% of waste is recycled in Australia, compared to 34% in the USA, 26% in Italy, and 39% in the UK. The 19th century saw Vienna as a center for the creative community. Austria occupies a central position in the history of European art. It is the birthplace of some of the most well-known painters in the world, including Gustav Klimt and Egon Schiele, as well as the hub of the most important avant-garde art movements of the 19th and 20th centuries. Its modern art movement draws from this heritage and transforms it with avant-garde, experimental concepts. One of the few capitals in the world that produces large amounts of wine is Vienna. Approximately 700 hectares, 1,730 acres, 135% of the vineyards in the hills surrounding the city are planted with white wine grapes. With 60% of the city's population staying in subsidized apartments and council-provided homes, Austria's social housing system has a good reputation. Harry Gluck, an Austrian architect, is credited for designing some of the most amazing social housing projects. Gluck had the vision to build homes for the underprivileged that had amenities typically preferred by the wealthy. Only Finland, Ireland, Malta, Sweden, and Switzerland are European nations that are not NATO members, as is Austria. Both the Austrian State Treaty and its constitution prohibit Austria from joining military coalitions and from hosting foreign military installations on its soil. The coffee house culture that grew to prominence in the 16th century is one thing for which the capital of Austria is particularly well known and adored. However, it has been asserted that this phenomena was not first thought of by the Austrians, but rather by the Turks, who carried a bag of coffee beans to Vienna during the Turkish siege. Like Mexicans, the Viennese have no problem with the concept of death. In fact, they feel at ease enough with it to write songs about it, play with it, and build monuments to it. There is even a funeral museum in Vienna. Thousands of visitors come to Salzburg each year to experience the wonder of The Sound of Music, the 1965 Hollywood hit that was set and shot there. However, the majority of Austrians would not classify this film as one of their favorites. Many Austrians either haven't heard of the movie or think it's a farce. From the 13th century until 1918, the infamous Habsburg dynasty, one of Europe's most powerful empires, ruled over a large portion of Europe, including what is now Germany, Austria, Spain, Italy, Belgium, the Netherlands, Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, Romania, Poland, and Hungary. Karl Habsburg Lethringen, an MEP, comes from an illustrious and enormous family. Vienna is the sophisticated and breathtaking capital of Austria. Vienna, the capital of Austria, is arguably the city most closely identified with Austrian culture, but that doesn't make it any less lovely. Street theater, ballets, operas, musicals, art galleries, and performances make the exquisite city a vibrant and exciting place to visit. However, this contemporary touch does not diminish the tradition that is still alive and well in this magnificent city. Numerous imperial palaces can be found here, along with magnificent museums that proudly overlook regal squares and, of course, the Hofburg, the once impressive residence of the Habsburg emperors. Vienna is a very magnificent city thanks to the harmonious coexistence of its briskly modern lifestyle and tranquil antique architecture. My list of Vienna's top attractions. Try to attend a performance while in Vienna because the city has an unrivaled musical tradition. If you want to see Austria in a really refined and cultural way, attend a play at the Golden Hall or in one of their stunning historic churches. Visit the renowned Schönbrunn Palace, which is the most popular tourist destination in Austria and a cultural World Heritage Site. Admire the stunning and easily recognizable neo-Gothic Vienna City Hall, which in the wintertime looks out onto the Christmas market. If your finances and planning permit, attend the renowned Vienna Opera Ball at the Wiener Staatsoper, the State Opera House. Visit Vienna's beautiful historic center, get a strudel and a rather distinctive Viennese coffee, and people watch. The Dachbodenloft rooftop bar at the 25 Hours Hotel offers delicious cocktails and stunning views of the city. It is located in the fashionable 7th District. Hallstatt, one of Europe's loveliest cities and a must-see destination in Austria. This small picturesque town, which is stunning in both summer and winter, overlooks the tranquil waters of Hallstatt Lake and is frequently cited as one of the most attractive spots to visit in Austria, if not all of Europe. The town itself is surrounded by picture-perfect 16th-century Alpine homes, and its narrow, cobblestoned lanes are home to quaint cafes and local stores. There are some interesting spots to explore that make this area particularly interesting, in addition to providing you with the opportunity to indulge in some rock climbing, hiking, and boating. Due to a lack of available grave sites, stacks of human remains were moved to the Bone House, where they are now on display. There is something incredibly beautiful and humble about visiting the House, despite how morbid it may sound. Additionally fascinating and worth visiting are the ice caverns and salt caves with their amazing underground salt lake. The funicular railway connects Hallstatt to Salzwelten. My list of Hallstatt's must-see attractions. Take a stroll along the lakeside, which features breathtaking beauty that seems to have sprung from a book. Visit the magnificent ice caves to see amazing frozen waterfalls and beautiful ice structures. The salt mine, which is regarded as the oldest in the world, is also well-seeing, particularly if you have kids, because they will like the exhilarating miner's slide. For a distinctive option to renting a boat to explore the lake, choose one of the traditionally made wooden salt boats. Visit Five Fingers Viewpoint for one of the Alps' most breathtaking views. View the main market square's stunning, colorful half-timbered residences. Dine outside on one of the lovely restaurant terraces that surround the lake. Mozart and the Sound of Music were both born in Salzburg, one of Austria's most picturesque cities. Salzburg is undoubtedly the destination for music lovers. By allowing visitors into the house where Mozart was born and holding exhibitions there, it also honors its distinction as the location of Mozart's birth. Mozart and everything Baroque may call Salzburg home, but an incredible 70% of tourists from outside the country still come to the city primarily for the Sound of Music tours that tour operators all around the city are now giving. The city never fails to live up to visitors' expectations and is also packed with outstanding art, museums, restaurants, and shopping choices that range from farmers' markets to upscale boutiques. For endless hours of kitsch pleasure the Austrian way, take a Sound of Music tour. Explore the lovely Old Town, one of the best preserved city centers north of the Alps, which is awash in exquisite Baroque architecture. Don't forget to stop by the town hall and the main cathedral. Hear performances of well-known Mozart works inside the magnificent Mirabell Palace and Garden's historical fortress castle. Breathtaking, a quaint medieval shopping street brimming with intriguing independent stores, is worth exploring. Visit Salzburg's St. Peter's Abbey's Baroque Hall for a fantastic Mozart dinner concert. Try the Augustiner Brostubel Tavern, which is a beer hall in Salzburg that features a garden and is connected to a monk's brewery. That was for today. Thank you for staying with us. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe to our channel.